today we are going to learn about the electronic payment systems. So coming to the payment, what does a payment means? So when as a person or as a customer, if I want to take a product or a service, what exactly I do? I simply contact the nearest vendor or some kind of merchant. I'll ask for a product or I'll ask for a service. For example, if I want to buy a pen or if I want to buy a book, so I'll go to the bookstore. I'll ask the book person or the merchant for the book. He'll show different kinds of books to me. Done. And after that, I'll select my book or pen and I'll hand over the cash to him, and he'll hand over the book or pen to me. Or in some other mechanisms, I can go for some other kind of merchant where I can request for a service. So I want to have my air condition to be cleaned or to be serviced, or I want to have my bike to be serviced. Where there is no kind of product is involved, where a kind of service is involved. Even you will go to the merchant or you will go to the service vendor, you will ask the service and he will complete the service. Once the job is done, you will pay him. So this kind of mechanism, this kind of phenomena is called a kind of payment, where a customer or a service seeker will approach the merchant, he'll ask for a kind of product or service, and the vendor will fulfill the product by giving the product or by fulfilling the service. So let us try to see the formal definition of a payment system. So a payment system is the infrastructure consisting of institutions, instruments, rules, procedures, standards and technical means established the transfer of monetary value between parties discharging mutual obligations. That means both the parties are having some kind of mutual agreement in sharing the service or in sharing the product. So coming to the formal definition, where the Bank of International Settlements (BIS) has defined a payment system consists of the instruments, certain kinds of bank procedures and interbank fund transfer systems that ensure and facilitate the circulation of money. That means where you having different kinds of the service vendors, different kinds of customers, and in the backbone they are having the financial institutions which are taking the role, and these financial institutions will having a discharge of different monetary sharings. Let us go through the traditional payment systems. See, as you know, before 10 years or let it be before 15 years, we do not have any kinds of online transactions. Normally, most of the transactions we do in a traditional form. So the best traditional form is by giving the hard cash to the vendor or to the service provider. So this basic very simple rule for the payment: if you have any cash, hard cash in your pocket, go to the service vendor, go to the merchant, pay to him, take the product or service, simple. And after that, the revolution, digital revolution has been occurred. In that case, the kind of checks are being entered into the picture. So what does a check means? A check is a simple, a kind of a document in which you are endorsing to the merchant that yeah, I am interested and I express my consent to pay to that merchant so and so amount. Where you are involved, your bank is involved, at the same time the vendor is involved and the vendor bank is also involved. If you see a traditional check here, you can find the IFSC code or the bank code, you can find the check number, and you can find to whom you are endorsing or to whom you are paying the amount and from which account you have been paying. So all such kind of information will be imprinted on the check. This is a kind of traditional a payment system. Now look at the check cash flow. As a customer, I have endorsed a check, I have given a check to so and so person on his name. So I will hand over the check to the merchant. What exactly is being done over there? The check will be taken by the merchant. he'll go to his bank and he'll drop that check into his account. Then that check will be again reverted back to your financial institution, and they'll try to cross check with all the credentials whether your name, your account number, your signature, everything has been marked, cross checked exactly. If everything is fine, automatically amount will be deducted from your account and automatically will be credited to the merchant account. This is a simple scenario of using a check. You can see the picture where the payer or the consumer is giving a check to the merchant, and in the form of a check. So the merchant will take the money through the check clearance from his financial institution. And the third kind of traditional payment is the credit card. Of course, I'll show you a kind of credit card. Yeah, this is one credit card you can see here. So on the credit card, what exactly you can find? You can find who is giving this card. SBI card means this card is been given by the State Bank of India. Okay, and you have to remember that every credit card has a unique number. Even it is having a unique number. Total it is of 16 digit. So using 16 digit, I can use this card entire the world. At the same time, every piece of information on the digital era will have a kind of duration. Even this credit card will have a kind of duration. So I have something like 0426. It is a validity period. So after that, this card will not be accepted. Even the credit card is having the name. It is having some kind of credentials on the back side also. So using this credit card, I can go to the merchant wherever he is having that instrument, that card swiping instrument is there. I can use this card and I can purchase the product or I can purchase the service. Very simple. So coming to the charge card, how the charge card has came into the picture. So in our nation, in our India, we did not see any kind of charge card. Of course, very simple. In the credit card, you having a 45 days period of duration for paying the amount. Even though if your card is not having any amount, but the SBI or for the financial institution is giving the amount on your name as a creditor, you are giving a duration. But once you coming to the charge card, it is something like a fixed card. So for every frequency of time, for every 1 month or 2 months or 3 months, you have to pay the amount. You will be having a fixed duration. So both charge card and credit cards are being mostly used for the same. But anyway, credit cards are most popular because the financial institutions are using the credit balance for you, whereas charge card now is not giving any credit for you. Coming to the debit card, I will show you how the debit card is. Yes, this is an example, a real-time example of a debit card. What is the difference between a debit card and a credit card? It's very simple. Debit card is directly associated with my bank account. Okay, if my bank account is having X amount, then I can use this card for up to X amount only. So up to that limit only. Even for the security purpose, it is having a specialized chip here, and all the remaining credentials, something like the card number, the CVV, the duration, the name, everything has been remaining the same. And remember students, remember viewers, at present in the market, either the credit card or the debit card, only two companies are associated with these cards, either MasterCard or the Visa card, or you can also have the MasterCard also. So these are the three third party organizations. Even your SBI, State Bank of India or Union Bank of India, any bank, they are not directly giving the cards to you. They are trying to make an association with the card companies. The Visa or Master or the MasterCard, they are the authorized third party organizations where they are taking the role of issuing the cards and taking care of every transaction occurring behind. Okay, coming to the stored card, the name itself is having the meaning. For example, in the recent times, if you want to go to any wedding or if you want to go to any birthday party, instead of giving any monetary by cash to the concerned person, you can directly simply give a gift card to that person. So the gift cards is something like a stored value. So a stored value is a kind of payment card which is having the monetary benefit, and it can be used by any person who is having the card. Here I have given simple example, the Titan. If you want to purchase any watch, or if you want to purchase any Titan related products, you can use that card. It's something like a gift card. And the next one is accumulated balance. See, if you take any SIM card, or if you take any different kinds of smart cards, using that smart card, it is having some predefined accumulated balance. So if you use that service from that balance, automatically that balance will be deducted. So these are all different kinds of traditional payments. Now let us try to see what are the limitations of these payments. See, every time I can't carry the cash, okay, cash is ruled out. And even for the, if you go to the small vendor, he might be not having any kind of instrument for accessing the credit card, okay. And there are different kinds of limits of using these cards. And some merchants, they can't use these charge cards. Some merchants, they can't be using the credit cards or debit cards or other kinds of smart cards. So there are different kinds of limits for that. Now the electronic payment systems has came into the picture. So now we'll try to look for the next paradigm. So up to now we have seen different cards or different traditional payment methods where we have involved the cash or the monetary benefit or gift cards or credit cards or debit cards, etc. Done. Now if I want to purchase a product from Hyderabad where the merchant resides in Delhi, I don't want to go to the Delhi, or I don't want to go to the United Nations, but I want to take the service from there. How can it be possible? It can be possible due to the digital revolution. So that concept is called electronic payment system. In this today's class, we are going to learn how the electronic payment systems are being working on and what are their benefits, how they can be applied for the real-time situations. So let us try to see the advantages. The first advantage is decreasing technological cost. Very simple. See, if I want to purchase a product from Delhi, or I want to purchase a product from Chennai, from Hyderabad, I have to catch a bus, I have to go there, take some accommodation, I need to expend some kind of expenses on the food. So instead of doing all such kind of nonsense, I can directly take the help of a technology where I can, sitting from my home, I can purchase any kind of product. So that is the best advantage, decreasing technological cost. And second one is reduced operational and processing cost. You will find lot of a difference. The operational cost has been drastically reduced when you try to purchase in the online or the electronic payment. Third one is the increasing online transactions. See, if you have enough amount of time, you can do more number of transactions. Very simple example. Up to 10 to 15 years back, if I want to reservation, I have to reserve a ticket for the train. I have to go to the railway station, I have to stand in the line, and up to half an hour or 1 hour I should wait for my queue, for my turn, pay the amount, grab the ticket. You are not sure whether your seat will be confirmed or not. That is the biggest headache for you. But right now, if you are opting for the electronic payment, what is the best advantage? Increased online transaction. You can book for you at the same time. You can book the train ticket for sitting at your home. You can book any temple darshan ticket at your home, or you can book any clothes, bags, or food. Anything can. You can do a lot of transactions with minimum amount of time. It is not needed only for doing only one transaction. You can do n number of transactions if it is possible. And the lower transaction fee or cost for e-payments. The online fee payments, they are charging very negligible amount. If you are accessing any debit card, mostly the debit card is not levying any service tax for you. Even if you are accessing the credit card, maximum, according to the government rules at present, they are charging for 2%. And even for encouraging the customers, even they are not taking from the customers, rather they are taking from the merchant. So those are the advantages. And you are having variety of e-payment options. Even if I am using any credit card right now, instead of using at the point of sale or using any swiping machine, I can use this card at n number of options in the onlines. The seller is able to receive payment from any part of the world within a few minutes or time. So I can use this card using any service from the entire world, not confined for any geographic region. So these are the requirements. So what are the requirements for doing the electronic payment systems? The very first requirement is the security. If there is no security, you can't do all these things. You're doing something, you're paying something on the online, done. If it is not secure, what happens? Your monetary benefit or whatever the cost, whatever the cash in your account can be dried up by any kind of potential hacker. So the security is the very important requirement. Second one is the privacy. I am purchasing something and I don't want to reveal that information to any to the real world. That is my confidentiality and that is my privacy. I don't want to share anything. If I'm using my credit cards or debit cards or any other kind of electronic payments in the Amazon, I don't want to reveal whatever the products I'm buying. I don't want to reveal to the third party. So the credit cards, the online payments or electronic payment system should ensure for the privacy also. And the third one is the integrity. Integrity means I am purchasing X kind of product, okay, and after some time, whatever the product which is delivering to you, it is not the same product. Means the electronic payment system is not working fine. So integrity should be ensured, properly ensured. And authentication means I am the person who is doing that activity. I am the authentication person or I am the authorized person. If I am doing that activity, means that activity should be in my transaction name and that product should be delivered to me only. So that's why you are having shipping address and billing address in your online transactions. And apart from other requirements are the reversible, standardized, economical and scalable. So these are the other kinds of requirements. Let us try to see the same things, credit card and debit card and other kinds of cards in the electronic payment systems, not as a point of sale or not as a swiping cards. So how a credit card system can be used? Let us take a real-time example in the Amazon. So I have opened the Amazon website. I have gone through different kinds of system. Today I have seen some kind of deal. Okay, I was very much fascinated with the deal. What I'll do? I'll simply use my card to purchase that product. Done. So once I have placed the order, it will be asking for the card details. It will be asking for the one-time password. That is the security provided by the credit card company. What exactly it is been involved? You are endorsing the credit card to the merchant and the merchant will be having his own financial institution, okay, and the financial institution will take the amount from your financial institution. So this is the four activities, this is the four parties involved. The first one is the customer, second one is the merchant, third one is the bank which is from the customer, fourth one is the bank or the financial institution at the merchant side. So you can see that simple transaction flow. You are purchasing something from Flipkart or Amazon. You can see simply a consumer is sitting from his home, relaxing. He's simply relaxing. He's just purchased a product from the online market. So he's not doing anything. He's simply providing his card details. At the same time, he's endorsing that the OTP is perfect. Everything has been taken care by the card issuing company and the financial institution at the merchant itself. So this is a simple diagram for the transaction flow. The very important requirement is the security. Okay, I am paying something to the merchant and merchant is giving some kind of product to me. Everything is fine. Whatever I am saying, that should be understandable by me and the merchant. No other person should understand what I am speaking. There comes into the picture that is called the encryption or the cryptography. Cryptography means whatever I am saying, that will be understandable only by the receiver. No other person can understand. Even they can see that there is a kind of communication, but he cannot decode that. He cannot decode that. Regarding that kind of encryption, we made or the technological has been created another kind of security mechanism that is called secure socket layer. This socket layer will be used to secure the data from the user or from the customer towards the merchant. For example, if I am saying that I am very good person, anyone can put a question to me, how can you say that you are a good person? If I'll ask some other person, and if some other person, third person is coming to me, yes, he is a good person, then automatically you will be having a good credit on you. Like that, if you are accessing any website, okay, you are not sure whether that website is the real website or any fake website. There comes into the third party trusted agencies, and one of the very popular trusted agency is called the VeriSign. If you try to open any kind of website, on the top of the website you will find either HTTPS, or you will find a lock icon into the address bar. If you click on the lock, you will see who is trusting this website. For example, here you are connected to PayPal, and which is run by PayPal, and this PayPal is trusted by the third party. Try to see another example. These are the different kinds of browsers we are using, and these are the different kinds of trusted agencies which we see in the real time. How can I see the trusted agency? Very simple. If you open any website, okay, at the address bar, on the address bar you can see a lock symbol. If you click on the lock symbol, another pop-up window will be displayed to you, where who is trusting this website will be redirected to that also. So, this is the security aspect when you are doing the electronic payment systems. And the second one is the electronic check payment systems. If most of the banks, most of the national institutions in India, they are offering this feature, electronic check payment system. Instead of paying a direct cash to the concerned merchant, I can write a check. I am not writing any check on the paper, rather I am writing a check on the system itself. Person who is receiving the amount, the merchant name and his account details, and everything I can do it, and I am here, I am putting a digital signature. I am giving a digital signature. Instead of giving a normal signature, I am giving a digital signature. A digital signature is not like a normal signature. A digital signature has a different kind of mechanism. A digital signature has been created using the encryption, using the security concept. It will be generated different kinds of coding standards. So, using the digital signature, the electronic check has been sent to the merchant. Again, the same scenario. The merchant will be the merchant will be sending his electronic check to the his corresponding financial institution, and his financial institution will make it monetary benefit. There is a specialized house called the automatic clearing house, ACH normally we used to call it. If you go to the bank, you will find this kind of vocabulary. So, in the electronic check, what we have seen? We have seen that instead of giving a normal signature, a digital signature has been provided with the check. Don't think that I am just making a signature on the paper, I am just copying it, I am trying to paste it on the check. It is not the case. So, digital signature is something like, it is a specialized code using various coding standards in the encryption. Your data will, a specialized key, a specialized number will be generated, that is called the digital signature. Normally in the digital world, the MD5, SHA, these are the various different kinds of digital signatures, signature standards you see. Coming to the electronic cash payment system, today you will be seeing that if you go to a small vendor, okay, and I don't want to give cash to him, okay, how can I give to him? Very simple. I am having some Paytm or Google Pay or some other kind of minimum wallets where I can pay small amount of monetary benefits to the merchant. So, that is the best example for the electronic cash payment system. So, that is also called as digital cash, or you can also call it as the cyber cash. So, what is the advantage of using the electronic cash? Lower transaction cost. I am not paying any lakhs or crores of amount to the person who is selling bananas or who is selling the milk packets. I simply give it for 10 rupees, 20 rupees, 30 rupees, etc. So that is the best advantage, lower transaction cost. And coming to the limitations of electronic, if the security mechanism is not enabled, that is a little bit tricky thing, little bit difficult. So if the security is adequately enhanced, no issue. Coming to the cyber cache, there is no difference between electronic cache and cyber cache. In the examination, you will be getting a question something like, what is the difference between electronic cache and cyber cache? Both are same. Don't be confused. Your cache is in the electronic form, that is called the cyber cache. And so coming to the online transactions, let us try to recall what exactly we have been discussed right now. In the starting note, we have seen various kinds of traditional systems, something like cash payment, debit card, credit card, etc. But after the digitalization, after the online or after the electronic payment systems has been evolved, these cards can be used at online with no limitation. You can do n number of transactions also. Apart from that, I want to show another kind of card. So this is the card which is given by the registration organization for my bike. You can see this is another kind of card. What exactly this card is having? This card is having a specialized chip. Okay, what does this chip contains? That chip contains your bike information, your personal information also. So this is a kind of another security card. You can also call it as it is an identification card. The metro station, I am using another kind of card. You are not finding any chip here, but there is an access control inside. You will find, if you try to open it, you will find a kind of circuit inside. This is an access control. These kinds of cards are used for the identification, and these kinds of cards are used for the payments. And it is very much needed which cards are meant for which one, you have to remember. So these are for the electronic payments and these are for the identification purposes. And so today's concept, up to now what we have discussed, we have seen various kinds of traditional systems. At the same time, their limitations are very drastic, and after that we have seen various kinds of online or electronic payment systems. And what we have observed is electronic payment systems are really cutting edge technologies. They are really helping us or really helping the customers like anything. At the same time, they are being used for limited budget, and you can have n number of transactions, and the only main aspect is the security aspect, and very important aspect is the privacy. As a hacker, one can steal your data or one can hack that. So if you are having a strong security, or if you are having a strong network connection, so the electronic payment system is one of the crucial line or the technology where you can do online transactions.